Hi everyone. So you've noticed I've added some more colored areas to mine. I've painted some yellow. What I have done when I have painted that yellow is I've made sure that the area I'm painting close to is mostly dry, because I don't want my wet paint to interfere with more wet paint. So when I just painted this little half circle right here, I made sure that my orange was mostly dry. I did not paint anything else that is super close to anything yet. So I'm just painting small areas a little at a time to make sure that my paint is dry in the middle. So now I'm going to add a little bit more paint to my picture, add a little bit more color. I'm going to continue with the yellow, but I'm just going to add it into a couple other spots. Now, as you paint your robot, make sure that you're tying your colors all the way through. You want to make it look like your robot belongs all its pieces together. Yes, it may be not matching pieces, but you want it to make it look like it kind of ties together. So that is part of the reason I went with orange for all three of the arms. But you'll notice this orange is darker than this orange, and it's going to stay that way because there's a little bit more paint on this one, but it's still the same orange color. I'm tying the orange in with this leg down here, tying the yellow into a couple different spots, and I'm going to continue to tie a little bit more yellow in as I go. So I will see you in just a few minutes. I'm going to go ahead and stop the video and paint a little bit more. Continue watching as you go. Paint as you want. It is up to you. In the end, just make sure you are not painting wet watercolor next to wet watercolor. Okay, I'll see you guys in a few with a little bit more of mine done. Okay, everyone, how's your robot looking? I've got my three main colors used. I'm going to add a fourth color here in just a minute. Right now I have violet, I have yellow, and I have orange. Now you might be able to see that this orange is really, really wet right here because I just painted it. So that is going to be the last area right along here that I will paint. I'm going to paint all over other areas and leave that last little bit right up there so that it has some time to dry. Now, if you've needed to walk away from your painting for whatever reason, that's totally okay. That's actually a good thing probably, because it means your colors are not all mixing together. Now, if you notice, I have my head worked, my arms worked, my legs worked, and the center worked. But I don't have stuff that's always right next to each other wet at the same time. And again, that's to prevent that bleed through. Now, I do have a little bit right here where my purple got a little into my yellow. That's okay. It's not super noticeable. And what I can do afterwards is I can come back in after it's all dried, and I can take my Sharpie, and I can just make that line around the inside of my helmet just a little darker to fix that. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to very slowly paint my last color, which will be blue. And I will come back in just a few moments and show it to you. So continue painting. I'll see you guys in a bit. Okay, fourth grade, you can see my robot is completely painted. So top to bottom, completely painted. I'm going to leave it in a safe spot to dry for the next hour or so, and then I want you to go ahead and stick it in a safe spot because we will be using it again one last time. We're going to do a background. With your watercolor palette, make sure you leave it open and let it dry. Make sure you rinse your paintbrush really good, run it under some running water. Don't just rinse it in your cup, run it under some running water before you toss it in with your paint palette, and let everything dry in there for a good 4 or 5 hours to make sure that paint dries up before you put it away. Callie says hi. Callie says hi. Say hi, Callie. So I will see you in next week's lesson where we will work on the background of our robot. See you guys soon. Bye.